What's going on, guys? As you can see, this is not my reptile room. I'm here with Mike from Osmun Reptiles. I'll turn it over to him now.
Hey guys, again Mike with Osmun Reptiles. So I'm looking at some of our stuff.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Alright, well I can start with just what I use. So as you can see, these three big racks here are all vision racks. Alright, I do like the vision racks, but they do have their the issues you got to deal with. Being open racks and having the see-through tubs. Sometimes you get problem feeders, snakes that need hides and things like that that may not have otherwise needed hides. And I will explain later why these are the dark colored ones. But you also have humidity issues, I find. So as you can see, I don't know if you can or not see, but in this tub here, the newspaper's all wet. She's in shed, and I find if I don't make sure that the newspaper in there is wet when animals are in shed, I get bad sheds. I also keep a humidifier in the room, which is not on right now, but in the winter time I have to keep it on every day to keep the humidity issues good for the animals that are in the vision tubs. All of the vision tubs are on the VE300 thermostats, and they all have, you can see here, the heat cable, or I love to see the top here, the heat cable. I do like the heat cable. It seems to do the job. Everybody eats and is healthy. I do have other types of racks in here. Down here, this rack here, I'm pretty sure is a boa file or rhino racks. It's just a hatchling rack. Right now I got a few little ball pythons and a children's python in there. And then over here, this also is a boa file. It's the 28 quart tub, how you can see in there. The one above it is a Reptile Basics, but it's also a 28 quart tub. But it has back heat, and I'm not a big fan of the back heat for pythons and boas. And then this last tub here, or this last rack here, is I got it from I think Dragon's Den, and it's just a 15 quart. I keep some of the smaller colubrids in there as well. All right, so this rack here is the baby rack. I have two different size tubs in here. These ones, which I find are only really good when they're hatchlings.
Right.
I don't keep them in there very long. And this, by the way, is my ball python baby rack. Maybe eventually there'll be some boa babies in there as well. And then the other size, which is what I keep most of them in, is here. Right now I have mostly ball pythons in here, except for up here I have my young male boa. Alright, he should hopefully be up the size by next season. I'll show you the big girl later. And then I have my Woma python. There's the Woma. Then yeah, everything else over here is baby ball pythons. Is colubrids, grown up colubrids, hog noses. These are actually breeder female hog noses down here. So you get some hogs. Then I have one small corn snake. She's hiding. Honduran milk snake, who's also.
Isn't this the one you just got at the...
Yeah, this is a recent one I got.
Gotcha.
And she's doing really well. Eating for me a bunch of times already. And then this is a, the last few months male. He's actually already breeding my females and everything though, but
Is that a super condo?
yeah, it's a super conda I got.
Yeah, those are awesome.
So as soon as he was eating and healthy and in this room, I got him to work and still eating, and he's bred both those females a couple times. But he's a very cool snake. I'm hoping that he gets the job done this year. And in this rack here, this is my last clutch from 2014. Clutch number 3, or what's left of them. For instance, let me see if I can get one out. So they're just starting to eat rats, pinkies and rat fuzzies. There's actually one from this clutch that's huge. The gargoyle male. He's twice as big as all the ones that are. These are all the ones that are really for sale. But so this was the last clutch from 2014. This is the cinnamon female. And then I also have a bunch of ball pythons, and then down here I have a little children's python.
Okay.
And she's great eater, but they don't get very big children's pythons.
No, not at all.
But when I got her, she was smaller, and the reason she's in this rack now instead of the big rack is she managed to somehow, I don't know if she used these little holes or something in the ceiling, but she somehow was able to get out of these tubs. And I found her while cleaning one day, I grabbed a newspaper here, and she was underneath the other newspaper. So that's why I moved her over here, and she never been able to get out of here. Alright, so here is, this was a clutch actually this morning that I saw laid. I'll pull it later today. It's my banana female. My banana female was bred beginning of the season to my Enchi male. I'm sorry, I said banana. My champagne female, who was bred to my Enchi male at the beginning of the season, and my banana male for the end part of the season. And she is sitting on, just covering him right now.
Oh yeah, look at that.
And she is sitting on what looks like 7 eggs to me. Now she's a small female. She's probably about 1,500 grams exactly when I started breeding her. I'm sure she's much less now after laying a clutch like that.
Right.
But the eggs I noticed look really small too, but they do look like good eggs. This is the female that laid the other clutch.
Oh yeah, that's a familiar look, nice and skinny.
Yeah.
So this is the
that's the ghost female.
The ghost female
just
that's
laid
bred to
clutch,
the.
yeah.
Gotcha.
And is it running right now?
Yeah, it's fine.
I'll show you the male. So this is the Enchi male that went. Oh, you got him there. As you know, it's feeding day. That's the big Enchi male, who went.
There we go.
Who went to both those females. He went to the. He was a sole male with the ghost, and he was the male at the beginning of the season with the champagne, and then the banana male who did the back end of the season. He's right up here. He's a good snake, this guy. I can't wait to get him back on feed though. Keep it off feed all breeding season. And I feel like his yellows have dulled a little since he's been off feed. But a lot of my males are starting to go back on feed, so hopefully he does soon. This is a sea serpent hot box incubator.
You just picked this up.
Yeah, I got this at the last Baltimore
Repticon.
Took me a while to figure out the whole heating part of it, and I still think I'm going to switch things up a little bit for next season. For whatever reason, this bottom from here below, 92, like 92.5 degrees no matter what. Every tub from going up, and up here actually my thing, I did, this part of what I was saying next thing I'm going to change it. But this one, this one, and this one, and this one, all of those read like 89.7 to like 88.7. So they're all perfect for ball pythons. But I can't put anything down here because that's 92 degrees.
Yeah, that's odd.
And I cannot figure it out. There's a fan. The fan is up on the top here. And you would think that hot air would rise, so it should be hotter at the top.
Yeah, that's
but it's hottest at the bottom and it gets cooler as it goes up. Really weird. I do have water bottles lining the sides. I used to have water bottles across the bottom and I thought that's why it was so hot. I moved the water bottles and the temperature's still too hot down there.
So what's the clutch you have in there now?
This in here now is an mom was a ghost, and dad was an Enchi.
Okay.
This is a long-term project I'm going on. I'm hoping to obviously get some Enchi head ghosts.
Right.
And I love the hypo Enchis. And obviously the long-term goal is some hypo Enchis and then maybe some hypo Enchi combos.
Gotcha.
7 eggs in there. Only things I really want to keep out of that would be a male Enchi head ghost and a female Enchi head ghost.
Alright, and then this is your homemade colubrid incubator.
The homemade colubrid incubator, which I keep at about 80 degrees with the little hydrofarm incubator. For this one here, I have, well, the other clutch here I'm not going to pull out because I'll explain in a second. But there's, if you can see in there, 17 corn snake eggs. And then for the incubator purposes, the heat tape runs the bottom with the water bottles on it.
So this is the rat room?
Yeah, this rat room. Mostly rats. I do have 2 tubs of mice. Mice don't breed very well for me, and not many things I take, or not many of my snakes eat the mice. But the way I do the rats, eventually I want to get a good watering system. My watering system is not set up right now. I've never got the filter in my line clogged, so the watering system is not set up. And I go with the water bottles. I buy them when they're on sale online from Petco. Get it for like $3-4 each. I do the rodent bedding or rodent block food. Alright, I keep that up there. I clean once a week. Cleaning day is tomorrow, so tubs are dirty. But just to use this one here, I keep 1 male with 4 females. Sometimes I have 5 females. And it does very well for me, especially when my ball pythons aren't eating. I'll get the weaned rats like crazy. But it does the trick. You know, just another tub. I think this one here has a lot of younger babies in it. This one here, no, that's 1 and 4 also. No, this one here is 1 and 5 females. Now I have a tendency, I get into the rat breeding as well, and this year's holdbacks. That'll become future breeders, but you'll notice that I love these little gray guys. These guys, okay. Looks good in there. Okay. So these little gray guys with the Dumbo ears and the white spots on their face. Those are the ones I happen to love. So a lot of my collection is becoming those colored rats.
All right, so let's see. You got what, like 10, 15?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 14 breeding groups, and then the one is there is holdbacks.
Right. All right. How long does it take you to clean everything?
It's a solid hour.
Solid hour.
Me and my brother-in-law, and it's a solid hour. We dump tubs. We clean with the same solution I use for clean reptile tubs.
Mm-hmm.
It's the F10 mixed with some water. You know, the it's like, I think 1 milliliter to 100,
yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
So we clean with that. I also add a scoop of birdseed, and I just pull it out. So on cleaning day, this is the tie in the where is it? Tie in the sunflower seeds. So I add a scoop of that, this size scoop, to each tub on cleaning day.
Mm-hmm.
So they get that once a week. They get the pellets, 24/7. I'm in here every day checking water bottles and pellets.
So does this, do you actually have to go buy any feeders at all, or does this
No.
suffice for your whole collection?
This suffices for the whole collection. Over the winter, when most of my ball pythons weren't eating, I sell rats to a few people. I had a couple guys local that buy rats off me. I also froze a whole bunch. I have a freezer full of frozen rodents.
Right.
Unfortunately, most of my ball pythons won't eat the frozen, but I do have some boas and corn snakes and kings and all that eat the frozen. But I have a freezer full of frozen, and I actually was making enough money to pay for both bedding and food selling some of the extra rats.
That's awesome.
Now, in this time of the year, all my pythons are coming back on feed. Normally, this drawer here is full of weaned rats that are for sale, and I feed. As you can see, it's empty right now. And I have like maybe only 5 or 6 weaned rats that are going to get put in it this week from these 2 tubs, I think, and maybe there's one other tub that has a couple almost at the weaned size in it.
Gotcha.
So that's the difference of the time of the year and
right,
if the snakes are eating or not.
Yeah.